Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the interactive circle info block in WordPress Nextr. This is part of a series of videos taking a look at Nextr's blocks one by one. To get started, let's open up a brand new blank page to look at this block on its own. For the beginners out there, let's take care of some housekeeping things. If this right-hand sidebar isn't here, there's this button over here in the top right called Settings. It's beside the Publish button, and this is where all of the settings to log and configure for the block will show up. Next, let's give our page a title. And last but not least, let's add the block itself. On the top left corner over here, we have the block inserter. And here we can either search for the block, or you can see Nextr blocks is right here, and we can scroll down and look for the block itself. But let's go ahead and search for it. Interactive circle info. Let's go ahead and drag and drop that into our workspace. And here you can see what it is. It's an info box in a circle pattern. And when you hover over the little circles over here, you can see that the text changes. So let's take a look at how this works. On the right-hand sidebar here, we have our info content, and there's only one style so far. And we can also show a button here, right? So if you wanted to add a read more for each one of these. And we can change our alignment, left, right, center. And we can have this as an image or something. And now let's take a look at our items. So item 1 over here, we have our, we can have it either as content, our button over here, right? So circle 1. And we can change our icon color, our title color, our background, change the icon over here, right? Have it as this. Our content here, we can change our title. One. And then here is the sample text for 1. And we can change this to something else. And we can change our title, our description color, background, border color, and so on. And for title, for item number 2, let's hover over that. And page 2, just so we can see the clear differences between them. And our content over here. Okay, and then the next thing is going to be for this one. Item 3, let's leave it at that. And we can also add more items, and you can see the more items we add, they'll automatically adjust the spacing for them. Okay, so let's go ahead and stick with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let's go ahead and populate these ones just so you can see how different they all look like. Okay, and I've added them in. You can see they're all different, and we have some extra options over here, so we can either have our trigger as click. So when you hover over it, nothing really happens until you actually click on them. And then we can choose our default active one, right? And we have our out animation. Okay, and these all look pretty cool. And our connection over here, if you wanted to use carousel anything, and you would have your ID over in here, and for style we can change how big the actual circle is, right? And we can change the color for the background, border, radius, shadow. For the button, we can change the width, right? As you can see earlier, the text inside didn't really fit in. We can change the icon size, right? Probably a bit smaller. Image width, if it were an image. We can change the typography over here. So let's choose an interesting font. And we have our title above space, so we can change the spacing between the image or icon that we chose. We can change the icon color, background color. For the icon, let's go ahead and change this up. So now for the circle, not the icon, excuse me. And there we have our colors. And then for our content, here we have our title typography, description typography. You can change the fonts over here. So let's probably change the description typography to Georgia. And we can change the spacing between these. Colors just the same. For extra button, just the same. Let's go ahead and change over here. Make the hyperlink color. There you go. And we also change our bottom spacing over here. You can align and change your options over here. And we have a few different indicator styles to choose from, but let's just go ahead and turn that off since it clutters it. And our advanced settings over here, which are common to all Nextr blocks. Background, spacing, scroll animations, display conditions, our hard position settings, z-index, and our responsive settings to hide us on desktop, tablet, or mobile. So let's go ahead and click on Publish and take a look at how this looks like on our live site. Okay, clicking on that. Here we have our circle info box lined up and working. And if you click on these, we'll get our different information among the circle items. So this is a great way to keep your information on your site compact and organized, and it saves a bunch of space. So if you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, as it really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. Show this kind of video to other nerds like us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Hey, if you found this video helpful, be sure to check out one of our other videos, or go ahead and check out our channel and subscribe to see more content like this.